Farigiraf is an all-new evolution of Girafarig that was released in Gen 9. Girafarig has unfortunately been a terrible Pokemon for over a decade, even all the way back in Gen 2 when it debuted. The lengths of this Pokemon's viability were non-existent. I think this is a great candidate for a new evolution, and it's long overdue. Will this new and improved Giraffe irreversibly change competitive Pokemon forever? Probably not, but let's take a look at what it can do. Thank you all for helping me reach 20,000 subscribers. I really appreciate the support. That's 20,000 individuals who are shielded from powerful Pokemon Iron Mugulus. It's great to know that this channel is making such a positive impact in the world. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel to be granted immunity to Iron Mugulus and all of its attacking moves. Thank you. Farigiraf has the same normal psychic type combination as the original Girafarig, and a significantly improved stat distribution. It has excellent HP, good special attack, and pretty average stats everywhere else. Farigiraf has a new ability called Armor Tail, which shields itself and its ally in doubles battles from enemy priority moves. Farigiraf definitely shines much more in doubles than in singles, due to this useful ability, as well as its access to Trick Room. Trick Room is a common strategy in VGC doubles, and is much more effective in that environment than it is in singles, since you have an ally that can take advantage of the Trick Room immediately, and battles are also much shorter, meaning the 4 turns of Trick Room feel much more impactful. Farigiraf is competing with popular Trick Room setter Indeedee, who has the same normal Psychic type combination, as well as the excellent ability Psychic Surge, which creates Psychic Terrain. Psychic Terrain also grants immunity to priority moves for all grounded Pokemon in the field, as well as increasing Psychic type damage. This makes Indeedee a more alluring choice for this support role most of the time, but Farigiraf does set itself apart a little bit. Not only is Farigiraf much bulkier, Armor Tail has some benefit over Psychic Surge, since it will shield your team from priority moves on your side of the field, but still allow your allies to use priority moves against the enemy. This means you can still use useful priority moves like Fake Out or Prankster status moves while setting up Trick Room, which is something you can't do with Indeedee since you also grant priority immunity to the enemy. Farigiraf's nice special attack stat and low speed makes it a pretty threatening Pokemon in the Trick Room as well. While Farigiraf has some very solid traits for the competitive doubles environment, in singles it doesn't function quite as well. High HP and special attack is great, but this defensive type combination does not work very well with these stats. You have 1 resistance to the fairly uncommon Psychic type, and a Ghost immunity, and that's it. This Pokemon doesn't have any valuable utility to provide to a singles team either. No entry hazards, no knockoff or rapid spin. The best you've got is Thunder Wave and Wish, which aren't bad, but there are other Pokemon that also have these options and are superior defensively or have additional utility to make them worth using. Trick Room is an inconsistent strategy in singles, and even in that department, Farigiraf gets outclassed by other Trick Room users that are better defensively or have more useful utility, like Hatterene or Slowking. This Pokemon is ranked all the way down in NU, but at least in that format it can actually function quite well as an offensive threat. In the much lower power level of NU, Farigiraf can be a nice win condition. Farigiraf gets access to Agility, Calm Mind, and Stored Power, which lets it act as pretty much a budget Espathra. The damage of Stored Power will increase by 20 for each of your boosts, so with enough Agility and Calm Mind boosts you can outspeed everything and start breaking through teams with your big stored powers. Much like Espathra, you also have Dazzling Gleam, so Terra Fairy is a nice option to enhance your Fairy type damage, provide you with a nice defensive typing to let you boost more, and also hit Dark type super effectively. If you want to go in a slightly more aggressive direction, you can even use Nasty Plot over Calm Mind to further increase your damage output. Tier 3 patron Biff the Banana was the one who requested that I cover Farigiraf. They're playing in a Pokemon Draft League and chose Farigiraf for their team, and they were curious about what it could do. A Draft League is a Pokemon format where you have to build a team by purchasing Pokemon with points. More powerful Pokemon will be worth more points, and lower tier Pokemon will be worth less points. In Draft League, you end up with a mix of high and low tier Pokemon, since you won't have enough points to afford a team team full of OU Pokemon. I assumed that Farigiraf was a pretty cheap Pokemon to buy in this format, and for that reason I think it's actually not a bad choice. As far as NU Pokemon go, this one has a pretty nice move pool and could provide some useful utility to a team for its low price. The Stored Power Sweeper set is one way to go with it, which could be an unexpected win condition. Wish and Thunder Wave are useful options which could provide your team with some support. Trick is useful to potentially cripple an enemy Pokemon by giving it a choice item. Depending on what you're facing, you could also use Sap Sipper as your ability for the grass type immunity, and even a Trick Room set could be valuable depending on your teammates. Overall, I think Farigiraf is a nice evolution for Girafarig. Not every Pokemon necessarily needs to be amazing and competitive, but Farigiraf at least has some value in doubles and is a good and usable Pokemon in the NU tier. Girafarig was a Pokemon that didn't really do anything and has always been bad. Farigiraf has more identity and can actually do a few useful things. What do you think of Farigiraf? Are you disappointed with this new evolution, or do you appreciate the lengths that they went to improve Girafarig? What would you like me to talk about next? Let me know down below in the comments, and thank you for watching. Thank you to Biff the Banana for requesting this video. If you'd like to request a Pokemon for me to cover in a short, informative video just like this one, become a Tier 2 patron. Thank you to the patrons. Become a patron to appear on this fun end screen alongside your favorite Pokemon, as well as various other rewards such as video requests.
The money got different, 'cause of what I'm spending. The money got different.
Oh, it's
'Cause of what
Megaphone!
I'm spending.
Oh,
The money
KO
got
by one
different.
hit! It's
'Cause
scattered
of what I'm
spike!
spending. The money got different.